But before I get into that, one thing I want to talk about, especially around the pain thing and how it has a purpose, what I do is pain plus reflection equals progress. That's what I feel like. So if I feel pain in my life, if I feel pain in some certain area or maybe around some certain experience, I'm like, cool, I need to reflect on why that happened, how it happened, and just really observe the situation or the feeling in itself. And I feel like progress comes from that, really reflecting on the pain.
100%.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to realize that, because I'd felt so much pain when I was younger. I just did not like. I was one of those people that was hyper positive.
Yeah.
I just turned a blind eye to anything that was negative. And now as I've become kind of more wise and more grounded in myself, I'm like, I can hold space for pain. I can hold space for darkness. I can hold space for that and realize, that there sometimes is a purpose to this, and there's duality to everything. There's night and there's day, and there's pain and there's pleasure, and if you want to really expand in your life, I think you need to be open to the full experience of life as a human, or as a spirit who's having a human experience. Otherwise, we block ourselves from certain expansion and growth, because growing your business does sometimes mean some pain. It means letting go of the old self sometimes. Getting married or having a child does mean some pain, but in that pain, it invites us to grow, and that's what I think life is all about. It's about, in your word, progression, and pain can be a fantastic way to realign us to what our deepest values are, when our ego and our mind has been revving the engines and taking us to where it thinks that we need to go in order to feel loved, in order to feel like enough, based off our past traumas or based off the idols that we see, and we think, if I have what they have, then I'll be able to maybe feel what I think that they're feeling.
Yeah. What do you feel like overcoming those challenges, overcoming drug addiction and taking the next steps in life? Like, what were some of the key maybe characteristics that you took from that lifestyle that really support you in what you do today? I know for me, it's resilience. So overcoming drug addiction and sticking to my word and continuing with that and staying consistent with the path I want to be on. I built a lot of resilience from that. And now that's something that I do reflect on in times where there is pain. I'm like, cool, I know I've got this resilience from what I've overcame in the past and the person that I had to be to overcome those challenges. So I definitely still have that within me. So that really helps me in moments where I feel like I need to reflect on. What characteristics do you feel like you can reflect on that really help you today?
It's funny you say that, because the first one that came up might not be something that you or the listeners will think that I'm going to say, but it's actually compassion.
Yeah, well,
I've been a major fuck up, and now I feel like I live a pretty extraordinary life, full of love, full of just everything that I could, better than I could possibly dream. But I've also been like that guy, that complete fuck up that the family is just like, what are we going to do with this motherfucker? Like I've done terrible things. And what that's given me as a character trait is, and that's why I'm on the mission that I'm on, because I feel like I can like be a bridge for those people as well. Because I've been the guy that was terrible with women. I've been the guy that's been an alcoholic, a drug addict. I've been the guy that's everything that every man that's out there that's doing something right now that knows he shouldn't be doing, I've probably done it. So like compassion for the fact that that's to not label people for their situation, but to see it as a part of them rather than them. If that makes sense. So for me, completely. I've always been a beautiful person, even when I was an asshole. I've always meant well, even when I was a cunt.
Yeah.
I've been arrogant. I've been everything under the sun. But that's what I was being on the outside based off the wounds that I had on the inside. And so I have compassion and I've forgiven myself for those things. And that really enables me to, when I was running my coaching programs, which I've paused at the moment to really go all in on the podcast, but obviously that's the Make Men Great Again movement, is realizing that all the people out there that are saying men are toxic or men are this or men are that, you have no fucking idea what men are. You have no fucking idea. If you knew how beautiful that most men are, if you knew how a man would fight for a woman, if you knew what was in a man's heart, you wouldn't treat him like that. You wouldn't speak to him like that. you would nurture the goodness that's inside him, not judge him, not label him. Because when someone labels me, you know what I'm going to do? Fuck you. Yeah. You think I'm an asshole? Like, and I'm not saying that's good. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, instead of judging what a man is, understand what a man is. And it's very easy when you understand what a woman is, generally using, of course, you've got other personality traits, but general basic feminine, masculine things, understanding psychology, understanding shadows, understanding the subconscious mind. When you can really truly see people and not label them and judge them and have compassion for the parts of them that may be in control of their behaviors right now, that's a beautiful space for healing to happen. That's a beautiful space for growth to happen. And for a lot of people who have not been seen, heard, or understood at any given point in their life, I'm getting emotional even just saying that, because that's how I felt. Even though I was fucking up on the outside, I believed that I was the most beautiful person, and only if people could see me like that. It took me to be able to not need anyone to see me like that, to actually have that healing. I mean, also my wife, who's been a phenomenal person and is on this healing growth journey as well, that massively helped me. But compassion, I would say, of course, all those other things, but I would say that that's my personality already. That's why I wouldn't use this. I'm like a Capricorn, which is usually very driven, very ambitious, the goat that climbs the hill and just nothing stops them. So I would say I have a lot of natural traits of resiliency and those other things, but I probably, because I was disconnected to people and because I was probably arrogant at times, as a mask for the insecurities. Yeah. Again, that's what I'm talking about. Someone would say, oh, he's arrogant. Well, why is he arrogant?
Yeah, that's it. Why?
Why did he need to get 6% body fat and get really obsessed with fitness? Why did he need to take drugs? Is he a druggo? No, he's a wounded man who doesn't feel loved and has had a lot of pain in his life. That's who he is. Yeah. And even that's not who he is. That's just a time in his life. So I think people need to stop labeling. I think people need to start looking at the little boy or the little girl that's inside everyone. So I believe the biggest gift that I have got from those times is to not label people and to have compassion for the stages of life that people are in. Yeah. And I think that's my superpower.
That's good, because you can't shame a man to expect him to come better.
You can't. No, you can't. No. He's going to say, it's going to make him worse.
Yeah, because I feel like what gets the best out of me and a lot of men that I know is when you compliment them on the things they're doing right, or the things that you are an example of what good is. Then
positive reinforcement instead of what's the opposite? Negative, punishment. Yeah. Positive reinforcement is much more powerful, especially for men. Men want to feel like they're winning. Yeah. Like, get over it. Like, why should men have to feel like they're winning? Why do you need to give a shit? Like, why is that so hard for you to allow a man to win?
And why is that causing such an emotional reaction to you?
Yeah.